Hello, welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol, and I am so glad you've joined us. Today is day 18 of our 30-day Around the Body journey together. This is the second time through the various body areas, and today's yoga practice includes poses that focus on our feet with an Achilles tendon stretch. We filmed this class recently, and you'll notice a different set and improved production quality. Let's experience our chair yoga practice as a community together. Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you joined us today. So check out the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage for easy access to videos about the body area you want to work on, or the amount of time you have for your yoga practice today, or if you want to stay seated or stand more. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget, it's free. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. Now, in today's practice, we'll explore poses for gratitude. So when in a state of gratitude, the physical body releases tension and it allows poses to sit better in the body. And per your request, our practice will include stretches for our feet. You'll only need a chair for today's class, and let's get started. We're going to take a moment to ground our feet to the earth, feeling those feet equally weighted and connected to the floor, to the earth. Same thing with our sits bones. We want them equally weighted on the chair, so don't lean one way or the other, and don't be leaning back, okay? So we're lifting up, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take our hands and place them on our thighs. Flip those palms up to the ceiling. Pull those shoulders down out of the ears. Lift the heart, close the eyes, and just connect to your breath. Feel your natural inhalation and exhalation. Now we're going to move into counting, inhaling for 4 counts and exhaling for 5, something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe normally. We're going to do that one more time. This time, if you want to, instead of counting breaths, count blessings. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. We have one more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. We're going to look to the right. Let's bring our gaze back center. And we're going to look to the left. And bring the gaze back center. Let's go back to the other side. See if you can take your gaze just a little bit further over your shoulders. We're going to come back center, and we're going to do that again on the other side. Taking that gaze just a little bit further. And center. Okay, so this last one. So go ahead and come looking to your right, take the gaze as far as you can. Now, what I want you to do is instead of moving your neck any further, I just want you to take your eyes just a little bit further. And face forward, and we're going to do that on the other side. So get your head turned just as far as feels good for you. Stop, and then just take the gaze, just your eyes, a little bit further. Go ahead and release that, face forward. All right, very good. Okay, we're going to move into an extended mountain pose. So we're going to, remember, keep those shoulders down. We're going to extend our hands up towards the ceiling. Let's put our palms together. Now you're going to interlace your fingers and take that pointer finger up towards the ceiling, all right? So remember, shoulders down, belly stays tight. We're going to lean our mountain. All right, let's come up and let's go the other side. We're going to lean that mountain. And we're going to come up. Let's bring our hands down and take just a little break, okay? So we're going to do that same thing again. This time we're going to add a little twist. And you're only going to add the twist if it feels good for you, okay? Up we go. Interlace fingers, point your fingers to the ceiling. Let's go to the left first this time. So we're going to lean first. Now, all I want you to do is turn and look up at the ceiling. It's not much of a twist. It's just a little baby twist. Let's take the twist out, and we're going to come back up to the ceiling, and let's lean the other way. Then we're just going to do a little baby twist as we look up. One more breath. Let's take the twist out. Let's come back up to extended mountain and bring our hands down. All right, very good. So the next pose is called Half Lord of the Fishes. We're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it up nice and wide. So here's the thing about Half Lord of the Fishes pose. Inevitably, what will happen is this knee will want to fold in because we're going to be twisting. So I want you to really think about keeping this knee open. If that means heel toeing that foot in a little bit so that you can keep the hip and the knee and the ankle in alignment, I would rather you do that than have the foot out here and that knee bend in. Just puts a lot of pressure on the knee, okay? All right, are we ready? That left hand is going to open up first. We're going to bring that hand all the way across our body. And then we're going to grab that chair, okay? We're going to lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling, lengthen through the spine, and then you're just going to turn and look over the back of your chair. Okay, let's release it. Did you feel that stretch on this inner thigh, right? So you should be feeling this inner thigh stretching, especially if you keep this knee open, you will. Let's do it again. Here we go. Bring it across the body, grab the chair. Don't forget to lift through the crown of the head. So we want that spine nice and long. Then we're going to turn and look over the back of our chair. We have one more breath and release. Okay, that feel okay? So we're going to take this knee now and we're going to drop it down towards the floor. So this is a little crescent lunge. Our hands are just going to rest on that front thigh, all right? So this knee can be straight down towards the floor. If you're feeling a stretch here on the front of that leg and the hip flexor, you're good to go. If you're not quite feeling much of a stretch, if you'll push that foot back behind you and straighten this leg a little bit, you're going to feel more of a stretch, okay? So just the version that feels best for you, that's the one I want you to do. All right, let's release it. We're going to do that one more time. Lifting up through the heart. And release. And we're going to face forward. We're going to extend our leg out in front of us, toes to the ceiling. Lengthen, hold on to those thighs, and let that heart fall forward. A little pyramid pose. So if you'll notice, I'm looking out beyond my toes. I'm keeping my back flat. I'm really stretching into that hamstring. Okay, let's go ahead and roll it up, and we're going to do that again. So lengthen nice and long through the spine. Let that heart fall forward, and keep that back flat. Look out beyond those toes. We're breathing here. We're holding the pose, but not the breath. Remember that surrender idea, right? letting go, owning that gratitude. One more breath. All right, let's roll it up. Okay, bend that knee. We're going to go to the other side. We got this. Left knee is going to open up nice and wide. Okay, remember, keep this knee open. Let's grab that right hand. We're going to bring it all the way across our body. Grab that chair. Crown of the head lengthens. The spine is long. Turn and look over the back of that chair. Let's release that, and we're going to do that again. Here we go. Bring it across the body. Lift and twist. Just looking over the back of that chair. Breathing your natural breath. And release. Okay, crescent lunge. Are we ready? Let's let that knee fall down towards the floor. Remember, it can be straight down or you can push that foot back. Your hands are going to be on those thighs. Relaxing that leg. Heart's lifted. And release it. And let's do that one more time. We got this. And release. Go ahead and face forward. That leg extends out, toes to the ceiling. We're going to lengthen through the spine. We're going to let that heart fall forward. Now we're stretching the back side of that leg. You feel it? Tuck the chin and roll it up. And we're going to do that one more time. Lengthen, hinge it forward. Feels good. And roll it up. Okay. Let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing behind our chair. And I think for you to be able to see me a little bit better, I'm going to go ahead and turn my chair, but you just stay behind your chair, okay? So this is a stretch for our Achilles. Now the Achilles is a tendon that connects the heel to the calf. And it can strain easily, but it's important to keep it strong, right? So that helps with foot and ankle and leg pain. So we're going to take a little step back and we're going to have our hands on the back of the chair. Now we're going to take the foot that's away from you, you're going to bring it forward, and the other foot you're going to bring it back. Okay? So the back heel is on the mat. So you don't want to be up on the toes. You want that to be down, and you also want all 10 toes pointing forward for this particular series. Okay? Now we're going to bend this front knee. You should probably feel the calf stretching at this point, right? I know I do. All right. We're also getting a little bit of Achilles stretch there. So we're going to do a couple of different ways. So if you're not feeling the Achilles yet, don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll get there. All right. So I'm just bending that front knee. Now, the next thing you can do is you can push your hips forward a little bit there. I don't know about you, but now I feel the Achilles a little bit more. Okay. So I'm pushing my hips forward just a little bit and I'm holding it. Okay, now the last piece of this is I'm going to bend this back knee just a little bit. Try to keep the heel down, so we're not letting the heel rise up. We're trying to keep that heel down, but just a little bend to that back knee. Hips forward a little bit. I know. Let's go ahead and release that. Now we're going to go to the other side and give this leg a little break. So we're going to, remember, step back, all 10 toes pointing forward. Bend the front knee first. I feel the calf. I don't know about you. That's quite a calf stretch for me. Bend that front knee even more. Remember, pushing those hips forward. That's another way to get the calf a little bit more. I begin to feel the Achilles at this point. Pushing that hip forward, I begin to feel the Achilles. But now to get it just a little bit more, I'm going to bend that back knee. Not much. Keep that heels down, push those hips forward, and I hope you can feel the Achilles stretching there. And release it. We're going to go to the other side. All 10 toes pointing forward, heels are down, both heels are down. Push those hips forward, bend that back knee a little bit, and we're going to hold this, and we're going to breathe. So just kind of moving things a little bit for you so that you can feel that stretch in that tendon in the back of that, between the heel and the calf. I know, we're hanging out here for just a few more breaths. We got this. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the other side. So if you're not feeling it, I would peek at your feet and make sure all of these toes are pointing forward. What we tend to do is turn that foot at an angle, and you're going to relieve that calf stretch. The minute you turn that heel in a little bit, then you're going to not feel the calf as much, and not the Achilles either. Okay, so remember, bending that front knee. See how I'm kind of pushing my hips forward? Now bend the back knee a little bit if you want. And then we're just going to hang out. Whatever version you have, I want you to feel the Achilles stretching. And we're holding it and we're breathing, okay? Oh my goodness. I feel this side more than the other. Just do 3 more breaths. We got this. 1 more breath. And release it. That is so good. Very, very good. Okay, you're still going to be behind your chair, all right? So I'm kind of in front of mine at this point, but you're still back behind your chair. And we're going to take our feet about hip distance apart, okay? Now, belly is going to be super tight here, and you're going to bring your hands behind, so wide arms, palms are behind your head, elbows are wide. Open up that chest. Let's breathe in some gratitude here. All right. And then we're going to exhale, and we're going to come forward. So what I want you to do is bring your elbows forward, all right? You're holding that head. You're not pulling on the neck, but you're going to let the gravity of those elbows towards the floor give you a little bit of a stretch into that neck. All right, let's go with it again. We're lifting up into our cow pose, so it's a wide-armed cow and calf. Lifting up. Inhale. Feel that gratitude. And then let's exhale. And exhale a little love and peace. Feel that neck stretching a little bit. Rounding those shoulders, tucking that chin, letting that head fall. Let's do that again. Lifting up on an inhale. And exhale, down we go. And release. That's very good. Okay, so now we're going to do a forward fold. You're still behind your chair. Okay, I know I'm still beside mine, but you're still behind your chair. Now we're going to turn. You're going to have your hands resting on the back of the chair, and you want to have your feet hip distance apart. Okay, so the main thing about this one is I want you to really think about keeping your abdominals engaged, belly tight. We tend to want to let them go, but I want you to really think about pulling them in because that's going to protect our back. Okay? All right. So we're going to have our hands on the chair. We're going to bend our knees pretty generously. Begin to let that heart fall. Okay, so I'm just letting the heart fall. I've got a flat back. Got that? So my heart is just, I'm kind of like at a tabletop with my back. My belly is tight. Let's bend our knees more generously and roll up. Okay, so that's version 1. Great version. If you want a little bit more, I'm going to move back just a smidge, okay? Now my hands are still on the back of that chair. I'm going to keep my legs straight. I'm going to keep my back flat. My heart is falling, but I'm going to keep going just a little bit further. So my heart is now going to fall between my arms. My belly stays tight. Do you feel your back stretching? It's crazy, right? You wouldn't think you would get much out of this one, but boy, is it quite the stretch for the back. Let's just hold one more breath here. Okay, now bend the knees generously, roll it up, And we're just going to do that one more time with one tiny little add-on. This isn't a big add-on, okay? So let's go ahead and hinge forward. Abdominals are tight. Hands are on that chair, right? We're letting our heart fall. Maybe it's a little bit further between those arms. So now all I'm going to do, and don't bend your knees, all I want you to do is turn and look up. It doesn't matter which side, we're going to do both. So you should feel those sideways muscles working here. Pull that belly in, and we're going to look down at the chair or at the floor, and then we're going to look up the other way. And down we go. Bend the knees and come up into a standing position. Did that feel pretty good? Excellent. Okay. So now this last we're doing a little twisting series here, aren't we? So the last one of this twisting series is we're going to take our feet about hip distance apart, and I want you to take your left hand and you're just going to place it on the left side of the chair, okay? Now the opposite hand is going to come back kind of towards your hip, and I want you to pull that shoulder back, and then you're just going to turn and you're going to look over that shoulder. One more breath here, and we're going to face forward. Now, we're going to do the other side. So your right hand is going to stay on the right side of the chair. Your left hand is going to come back. You're going to pull that shoulder back, and you're just going to turn, and you're going to look over that shoulder. And we're going to face center. Now, the only add-on here, it's not a big add-on, but we're going to take our left hand and we're going to, instead of it being on the left side of the chair, we're going to bring it to the right side of the chair. Hand's going to come back, pull that shoulder back, turn and look. So it's just a little bit more leverage because this hand is on the other side of that chair. Just a little deeper stretch here. And center, and we're going to go the other side. Here we go. Pull that shoulder back. Remember, turn and look, breathing into it. Very good. Let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. So we're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. And we're going to use a tennis ball or a golf ball. You can also use like a frozen water bottle. I would say a soup can. So kind of pick which one you want to use for this next series. If you want to pause the video and go ahead and grab that. The other thing I will tell you is you can do this seated. You don't have to do it standing, okay? All right. So we're going to place the ball, the tennis ball, right under our right foot. Okay, so we're going to hold onto that chair, and we're going to place the ball of our foot, okay, on the tennis ball or the golf ball or whatever it is that you have. So hold on. This is not balance, okay? So the thing about this particular series is you've really got to listen to your body, okay? And if you've got arthritis in your feet or your toes, you're probably not going to want to do the version where we start, kind of squeezing the ball. So just maybe you just take your the pressure. So I'm going to press down as just as much as comfortable for you, okay? So again, I cannot express enough how important it is for you to listen to your body on this one. But at the ball of when you've got the ball of the foot on the ball, it sounds kind of weird, but the ball of the foot is on that tennis ball, you can press down pretty hard if you've got pretty healthy feet. I don't know about you, but I really feel that. Have you been pressing this whole time that I've been talking? Okay, let's release it. Okay, now we're going to do that again. We're going to press it down, but this time a little more gently. Okay, so not pressing as hard as you can, just a little more gently. And I just want you to rub your foot side to side on that ball. So it's just a little side to side motion. It's a little massage. Okay? Now, if it feels okay, very gently, you're going to rub forward and back. So the foot is just kind of rubbing, going forward and back. But this is just if it feels okay, and you don't want to press too hard for the arch on the arch of that foot, okay? But I'm moving it. Now I'm on kind of the inside of that foot, and then I'm kind of, just move it side to side as you roll it up and back, okay? Good. Now we're going to end one final time, ball of the foot, and we're going to press down. If it feels okay, you're going to just kind of curl your toes around the ball. Just super gentle here though. Right? You're pressing down, very gentle grab, if you will, of the toes, and let's release it. Let's put that foot down and just give it a moment and let it just stretch. Just put your weight into the leg you just stretched. It doesn't matter which one, just I want that foot flat and I want you to feel it stretching. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side. So again, I'm going to stay on this side of the chair because it's really not that different, but I'm going to hold that chair, and now I've got the other foot on the ball, and I want you to start with the ball of the foot, okay, pressing into the ball, the tennis ball, and then just feel that a little bit of pressure. So we're hanging out here for a few breaths. At first it probably feels pretty good, and then it may begin to feel a little more like you're really getting some stretch going on there, right? And so let's go ahead and release that. Oof, take a moment. Okay, so now this time what we're going to do is we're going to put the foot on so the ball of the foot again is on the tennis ball, but I don't want you pressing too hard. So it's just a little bit of pressure, and then we're going to roll the foot up and back, okay? And then it's kind of like as you roll it up and back, you're kind of taking the foot to the side. So it's like, your pinky toe to the heel, if you will. But super gentle here, right? So you don't want to give it too much pressure. It's a little bit more of a massage. Okay, good. All right. Now let's go ahead and stop, and we're going to go back to the ball of the foot, and we're going to press in. And we're just breathing here. Just one more breath. Let's go ahead and take our foot off of the ball, and let's place that foot on the mat and just let it stretch for a moment. We've just got one more little piece of this, okay? So now I'm going back to the other foot, and I want it to be the heel. So you're just going to put the heel of the foot, so the toes are on the mat, the ball of the foot and the toes are down, and I just want you to press into that heel. So again, you can give it a little bit of pressure here. That's okay for the heel. We just don't ever want that pressure in the arch of the foot, okay? So the ball of the foot, the heel is fine, but not the arch. So I'm pressing the heel into that ball. I'm pressing it down. Oh my goodness. And let's release that. Put that foot down. Put your weight into that foot. Okay, and then we're just going to go to the other side. This is the last thing. Oh yeah. Pressing down the heel into that ball. Just one more breath. All right, let's go ahead and lift up. And then we're just going to set that ball under our chair and kind of out of our way. Okay, very good. So I'm on the right side of my chair, and I want to bring my hands to my heart. We're going to move into a sun salutation. Now I'm going to reverse swan dive. So when you reverse swan dive, you want to be in a position to where your hand's not going to hit the chair, okay? So whatever that means for you. Ready? Hands at heart. Here we go. We're going to bring those arms up. Palms are facing up. We're going to go all the way to that mountain pose, and we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Then we're going to inhale as we come up, and we're going to exhale as we bring those hands down and bring them back to our heart. We're going to do that just like that again. Big circle. Inhale, up we go. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. There's your exhale. Inhale back to mountain pose. Exhale, big circle around. There's your beautiful sun, and bring your hands to your heart. Okay, so the first add-on is going to be in forward salute with airplane arms, and it looks like this. Okay, so we're leaning forward, our head is out towards where the ceiling and the wall meet, our hips are back where the floor and the wall meet, our hands are back behind us, and we're stretching. All right, let's bring our hands to heart, and we're going to add that in. Ready? Here we go. Big circle up to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. There's your exhale. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, forward salute, airplane arms. Stretch it out. One more breath. Bring your hands to your heart, just like that again. Big circle. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, belly button to spine. Dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Stretch. Okay, now we're going to move to a forward fold with our hands on our thighs. All right, here we go. Hands on those thighs. Let that heart fall forward. One more breath. Bend the knees, tuck the chin, roll it up into standing position. Bring your hands to heart. Ready? Again. Big circle, sun salutation. Bring those hands to heart. Back up we go. Dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms, stretch. Hands on thighs, supported forward fold. Tuck the chin, bend the knees, roll it up. Last time through. Now this time, big circle up. If you want to not do a supported forward fold, I'll show you. We're going to add that piece on. Up we go. Dive it forward, belly button to spine. Forward salute. Now let's start with that supported forward fold. Hands on thighs. Then, if you so desire, and it feels okay, you're going to let those hands fall towards the mat. Let the head fall. Full forward fold. One more breath here. Bend the knees. We're going to roll it up nice and slow. Come up to a standing position and release. How did that feel? That's a nice one, isn't it? Okay, so the next pose is a humble warrior. Now we're going to turn and we're going to face the seat of our chair, and we're going to take our leg next to the back of the chair, should be your left, and we're going to place that foot under the chair, okay? So that when you bend the knee, the shin touches. Now the back leg, we're going to take a step back, and I want that foot to be at an angle, all right? So that heel is angled in. Bring those hips around to face the seat of the chair. Pull your belly in. Lengthen through your tailbone. Bend that front knee. All right. So now, instead of bringing, let's go ahead and bring hands to heart to start with, all right? Now, we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back, and we're going to push our knuckles down. So just pushing those knuckles down, opening up your chest, and opening up your heart. All right, now, we're going to bow over our front leg. Leave that knee bent, okay? We're going to bow over. Leave your hands back at your back. Don't let them come up, all right? They're going to stay back. You're going to bow over that front bent knee. One more breath here. Let's go ahead and release the hands to the chair and then come up to standing. Straighten that front leg. Okay, we're going to do that again. All right, so remember, front knee is bent, hips are around. We're pulling that belly in, right? Lengthening through that tailbone, do your typical warrior one. If you've been with me, you kind of know the drill on this one. And if you haven't, welcome. So glad to have you. It's all good. I'm going to take you through everything. You don't have to worry about having never seen one before, okay? All right. Are we ready? Now we're going to bring our hands back behind us. Interlace your fingers. Push those knuckles down, okay? Front knee stays bent. We want to straighten it. I know. We're going to lengthen through the spine. We're going to begin to let that heart fall forward. Now, I want you to see if it works for you. You're going to bring your head to the mat, to the chair, excuse me. So don't think about lifting those hands up behind you. I want you to keep your hands right at the small of the back. It's fine. Little humble warrior here. One more breath here. Release the hands. Put your hands on the chair. Roll it up into a standing position. How did that feel? We got to do the other side. I know. Let's come to the other side. We've got this. All right, so we're going to step. Remember, that foot, the one next to the back of the chair. It doesn't matter that much for this one because we're not twisting around, but still, that's kind of the one that I'm doing anyway. You want to do the other one. All right, knee bends, step back. Remember, that foot is at a 45-degree angle. That heel is on the mat. Bring those hips around to face the chair and bend your front knee. Pull the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone. Hands behind your back, push those fingertips, the knuckles down, lift your heart. All right, keeping your hands back by your back. We're not lifting our hands. We're going to let that upper body begin to come forward. We have one more breath. Now, go ahead and come up to standing. Take a little break. Okay, we're going to do it again and see if we can get our forehead down. If you don't, it's not a big deal. Okay, I'm just giving you an add-on. You know you don't ever have to add on. All right, we're bowing over that front leg, our humble warrior. Are we ready? Here we go. Hips, bring the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone. Clasp the fingers behind you. Press those knuckles down, lifting up through that heart first, right? Now, we're going to go ahead and come. And I'm going to say on this very last one, if it feels okay and you want to let your hands come up behind you, that's okay. We're pretty warm now. But if you don't want to, it's okay. You can just leave the hands right on the back, okay? Ready? Here we go. Hinge forward. Maybe we put that forehead on the chair, maybe we don't. Maybe the hands come up behind us, maybe they don't. Humble warrior. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Release the hands, grab the chair. Go ahead and roll up into a standing position and take a little break. Does that feel okay? All right, let's all come to seated and grab a sip of water. Clasp your hands behind your back. Press the knuckles down towards the seat of the chair. Lift your heart. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you, making room for gratitude. Let's drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. Don't lose that squeeze behind your back. Drop your chin down towards your chest. Drop that left ear towards that left shoulder. And drop your chin towards your chest again. Oh my goodness, that feels good. And let's release that. Okay, very good. We're going to move into seated thread the needle. So we'll start with our right arm. We're going to have our hands on our thighs to begin with, and we're going to lift our right arm up towards the ceiling. So your little twist here, right? So my ribs are moving, my knees are staying stable. I'm moving up. This ear is falling down kind of towards your leg, all right? Lifting up. Now, I'm going to take the hand that's in the air and I'm going to bring it through between the hand and my chest or my body, right? And it's going to come through and I'm going to twist and I'm going to look the other way. So now the opposite ear is down towards the leg. And then we're going to bring that arm up. You kind of see what we're doing here. We're going to inhale and then exhale as you come through. Thread the needle. Inhale, up we go. And exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale, up we go. So feeling that twisting happening right at the ribs. And exhale down. and release. Okay, let's do the other side. So again, this hand is just going to rest here and my arm is going to kind of slide in and out between this arm and my leg. Okay, we ready? We're going to twist as we look up, knees stay forward. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to bring that arm through. That opposite ear is going to go down towards your leg. Inhale, up we go. And exhale, thread it through. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, thread it through. Last time. Up we go. And thread it through. And release. Excellent. Bring your arms out wide. Right hand on top, hug yourself. Lots of gratitude for yourself for doing the hard work. Let's lift those elbows up towards the ceiling. And let's bring those elbows down. Bring them center. Let's go to the right. And center. And left. And center. We're going to open. And let's get the other arm on top. Hug yourself. Squeeze. Elbows up. Center. Elbows down. And center. To the left. And center. And to the right. Center we go. And release. All right. So the only add-on, we're going to do that whole series one more time with our leg crossed, okay? So if it feels okay for you, you're going to cross one leg on top of the other. Here we go. Open. Cross one arm on top. Let's go down. Center. Up. Center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Open the arms. Switch legs. Opposite arm on top. Down. Center. Up. Center. Right. Center. And left. And center. Very good. Well, that feels good to me. Okay, so we're going to move into pyramid pose. We're going to extend our right leg out, toes to the ceiling. Now, we're going to extend first, nice and long through the spine. Hold on to those thighs and let that heart fall forward. So just feel that stretch first, and then we're going to do a little add-on. And tuck the chin and roll it up. Now, the knee that's bent, that's the arm you're going to use. You're going to extend it up, inhale to prepare. Then exhale, you're going to come to the outer edge of that leg. And inhale, up we go. Exhale, down. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, down. Inhale, up we go. Last one. And exhale, down. Release that. Okay, they're feeling all right? Can we do the other side? Let's do it. Extend that leg, toes to the ceiling. Let's start just by doing one forward, holding onto those thighs, just feeling that stretch first. Hamstring. All right, tuck the chin and roll it up. Now the knee that's bent, that's the arm we're going to use. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come out to the outer edge of that leg. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, down. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, down. and release. Excellent. We're going to cross ankle to knee. Remember, if that doesn't feel good for you, you're going to cross ankle to ankle. It's fine. Pick the version that you like. We're going to hang out here for just a couple of breaths. So it's a little bit of that hip stretch, right? So that getting into that hip and glute area. All right, if you want a little more, this can be what you're happy with right here. If you want a little bit more, lengthening nice and long through the spine, we're going to begin to let the heart fall forward. Keeping the back flat. So look out, not down. So looking out just a little bit. Keep the back flat. You're going to get a little bit better stretch there. Tuck the chin, roll it up. And then we're just going to move that knee up and down a little bit. Fluttering the butterfly wing. Moving that hip joint. All right. Now let's do that again. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come forward. If you want to press gently on that leg, you can. You don't have to. It's just an option. And roll it up. Very good. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're going to start by just hanging out here for a couple of breaths. And remember that ankle to ankle is a great version, right? Just don't move this foot in. Keep this foot out as you cross over, because we want to get a little stretch into the back hip glute. Ha! This could be all you need right here. And you're like, yeah, this is good for me. If you want a little bit more, we're going to extend the spine nice and long. And we're just going to begin to let the heart fall forward. Oh, right? You feel it? Remember, looking out, not down. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Good. And let's just move that knee a little bit up and down. Okay, last time. Extend and hinge. It feels so good to me. Remember, you can press just gently on this leg if you want to. One more breath. All right, let's go ahead and come up. Unravel. So remembering that not skipping Shavasana is a great way to express gratitude to yourself for your yoga practice. Hands resting lightly on the thighs. Flip the palms up to the ceiling. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Take a deep breath in and a full, complete, cleansing breath out.
Repeated experiences. Go broad in your experience, but not at the expense of going deep. Just because you visited some particular place or participated in some unique activity doesn't mean you're done with them for good. Many things are better the second, third, and 15th time. You don't have to get in a rut, but neither do you have to abandon what was once fulfilling to go chasing every new thing. Repetition can deepen the value of positive experiences. You'll find extraordinary, irreplaceable benefit in enduring relationships with people, places, interests, and activities. It's great to be adventurous and explore all sorts of different things. But what's not so great is to seek out shallow, exotic experiences just so you can say you've done them. There's a big difference between getting off the cruise ship for a few hours and spending a couple of weeks at the destination. Lengthy visits, repeated conversations, deep dives into specific subjects all add a dimension to life that cannot be attained from a crowded schedule. If it works, if it's beautiful, pleasant, inspiring, fulfilling, do it again. It's very likely to become even more so.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you for joining today. I'm so very grateful for each and every one of you. And I will see you next time.